And the top of the hour right now, we begin with those two big stories tonight. A person is in custody after a shooting involving a young child. It is a frightening reminder of just how quickly gun violence can impact innocent people. Plus, there are new developments in a shooting involving a U.S. Marshals task force in Buffalo. Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Levin. Mary Alice is off tonight. We begin with the latest on that investigation. A man is listed in critical condition tonight after being shot by U.S. Marshals who returned fire after he started shooting at them. And it all happened at a home on Glenwood Avenue. 2 News' Alyssa Clausell joins us in the studio with an update from federal authorities tonight. Alyssa, what's the latest here?
Well, Scott, tonight federal officials say 30-year-old Keith Holmes of Rochester faces serious federal charges after a shootout with U.S. Marshals task force attempting to serve an arrest warrant in Buffalo. U.S. Attorney Michael DiGiacomo says members of the U.S. Marshals task force showed up to a home on Glenwood Avenue on Buffalo's east side to arrest Holmes for allegedly violating his federal probation. They say he served 4 years in prison on fentanyl trafficking and gun charges in Maine before his sentence was commuted by President Biden in December of 2024. Once officers arrived Monday, investigators say Holmes started shooting using a ghost gun and shot through a bedroom door. No members of law enforcement were hit, but instead, officials say the bullet actually struck a Marshals ballistic shield.
Thank goodness no marshal or deputy marshal was harmed. And part of it is due to the fact that the shield protected that marshal as that marshal was standing outside the door where Mr. Holmes began to fire.
As the investigation continues here, we've also learned Holmes is a person of interest in a homicide investigation in Rochester. Investigators say 29-year-old Majesty Montgomery was found dead in Yates County in May. And investigators in Rochester believe she was killed inside of her Rochester home. Investigators back here in Buffalo did not say if Holmes will face additional charges in connection to this Rochester investigation. They also did not say why he was in Buffalo or if body camera footage will be released. We will continue to work to get those answers. On your side, Alyssa Clausell, Channel 2 News.
Alyssa, thank you. We've also learned a person is in custody tonight after a shooting that sent a stray bullet into a home on Hager Street in Buffalo, striking a young child inside last night. Authorities say it all began with a domestic dispute that happened up on the second floor. 2 News' Chelsea Swift is in our studio tonight with reaction from neighbors and community leaders. Chelsea.
Scott, one community leader says this incident and other recent shootings have put everyone on high alert. Neighbors say they are praying for the family of the victim. Police say around 10:15 last night, officers responded to Hager Street after hearing reports of shooting. Authorities say they found a child with a gunshot wound to the shoulder. He was taken to Children's Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The president of Buffalo Fathers, a local community organization, says violence prevention and gun safety efforts are needed in Western New York to combat the issue. One neighbor says last night he saw 3 police cars outside of his home. He says he's concerned for the family.
This area everybody is usually peaceful, so. It was shocking to see that many police at one time in this area.
We don't want to look at this as something that's ordinary, that's something that we can just walk away and forget about. We're just praying for the family. We're praying for the family.
Community leaders say they have some concerns about gun-related incidents in the last 2 months. They believe the presence of guns throughout the community, coupled with a lack of gun safety education, is creating some problems. Buffalo police say further details, including charges filed, will soon be released. And the department released a statement reading, in part, "We would like to thank the U.S. Marshals Service for their assistance in apprehending the suspect." On your side, Chelsea Swift, Channel 2 News.
Chelsea, thank you. And Buffalo's efforts now to combat gun violence are getting a boost, this time from Albany. State Senator Jeremy Zellner announcing $50,000 in state funds for the City of Buffalo Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Office officials there say that it's the first state investment dedicated to the office since it was created last year. The funding will help support violence prevention programs, intervention efforts, victim services, and community organizations working to reduce gun violence across the city.
We spend a lot of time talking about what happens after violence occurs. The people standing behind me are spending their time trying to prevent it. That's why I fought to secure $50,000 in state funding for the City of Buffalo's Office of Gun Violence Prevention.
Now, the Office of Gun Violence Prevention for the City of Buffalo is assessing how this money will be used to help their mission.